we are live. Hopefully you guys can hear me and the picture is clear. But we are live right now. Live in Bangkok, Thailand. What's happening, everybody? It's been a while. I'm sitting here, as you may know or may not know, at Starbucks at the Mall Bangkok. They've already got the Christmas tree up here. What's today? November 10th. Everything good with the audio and the visual? Got the Christmas tree going up. I don't know what kind of Christmas tree that is. It's not the same as last year, though. The Starbucks crew. And as you may be able to see, the SkyTrain. Andy, how's it going? What's happening? Tom, how you guys doing? I can't believe you got to meet P. Pim. So lucky of you. She was lucky too. She was very nice to me, and I appreciate that. And I wish her well. Anyway, what's happening, everybody? Back in Bangkok. Been here for a few days now. That was one hell of a journey. If not for any other reason than it was a bit grueling. So, basically, tomorrow a video's going up, 8 o'clock tomorrow night, Bangkok time. That's Greenwich Mean Time +7. And the first episode, the first part is of me coming from Bangkok here and going to the border and trying to make it across the border before immigration closes. And everything that happened on the train, which was interesting, very interesting. And then the next episode is going to be the boat that goes down the Mekong to Pak Bang and then to Luang Prabang. And that was, the first part was a bit grueling, but it was interesting. It was an interesting trip. And then I spent a few days in Luang Prabang. From Luang Prabang, I took the bus from hell. That's the only way I know how to describe it. And I'm going to say right now, I would not suggest you take that bus unless you are young or you just feel like seeing what the trip is like, which is what I wanted to do. But I wanted to do it, I did it, and I won't do it again. I'd rather fly. This was overland the whole way from Bangkok to Ho Chi Minh. Once I got to Ho Chi Minh, then I flew back to Bangkok. But I like Hanoi. It's very, very busy there. And then from Hanoi, it ranges from 35 to 37 hours, the train ride. And I had thought about stopping somewhere, and then I didn't because I wanted to get back before my wife took off and went to Ho Chi Minh. I wanted to meet her there, and just a bunch of things were going on. And so I didn't get to do that. But I did meet with Chuck's friend and my little pal, Big Tao. He took me out to a local restaurant in Saigon, and that was very nice. Very nice guy. So, there's a lot that went on. I went to Posi Hill. I went to, in Luang Prabang. I had to go to the morning alms. Good morning, Mr. Dowlow. There was quite a bit. There was quite a bit to see. There's quite a bit to do in Luang Prabang. I would say, really, I could have spent about a week there, and I spent 4 days. I would have liked to spend a few more days. If I had to do it all over again, I might have spent a few more days there and then flew to Hanoi. But the idea was to go overland. Good morning, Big Jim. So I did all that. I did the trip. I got it done. And now I'm already thinking about what else to do. Honestly, I think these videos will be the best I've ever done. Some people like the Chowderhead videos and all that. I'm talking about travel videos. I don't think you're gonna find any that are better. I just think I'm putting a lot of time into them, a lot of effort, and I hope that you guys like them. But I think they're the best that I've done. And like I said, tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. So that's good. And then, I come back to Bangkok, and, it's like when you leave home. You leave home, and you think you're going to come back and everything's different. It's not. It's all the same. With a few exceptions. Right now, the Thai baht is only 36.77. It had been 38 plus. And, to go down to 36.77, I like to see it above 38. Well, I'm always happy when people like my travel videos. I had a lot of fun stuff happen. I met a lot of cool people. I met little kids, dogs. Got to see some cool things. So it was a good little trip. And it was grueling in the sense that you have to be patient, which I'm not always patient. There were a couple of times that I thought I might get thrown in jail for doing things that I shouldn't do. All I can say is I would not have put him in the video if he had not truly been bad. I mean, it was so bad. I don't even, you smell somebody that smells a little like BO, and you're like, oh, this guy was like, ugh. Like I wanted to throw up, and then you smell his feet on top of that. Well, I wanted to throw that guy out the window. I wanted to pick him up and throw him out the window, literally. But, you can't do those kind of things. And there were a couple times, I'm not going to get into it too much, but there are a couple times when, so, all right, good to hear. But, I kept my cool. And, Gennaro, what's happening? How you doing? Before you even ask me, we got the Mr. Beer working, and we have Ms. What's her name? Preo. Listen, this guy was, I didn't even say it in the video, but this guy was actually walking into the to the train toilet with bare feet. And, I'm not someone who is going to gripe about how someone dresses, how they look. I mean, I may think it's a bit strange, but, whatever. His man bun aside and all, he's whatever. But then to get up on the seat and put your feet up there is just flat out inconsiderate. And then the girl that was sitting next to him, I didn't catch it because I wasn't rolling. And the girl that was sitting next to him, the little girl that was sitting next to him, he walked by her and she like gagged. And I was like, oh man, I'm glad I'm not the only one. And I think she had a mask on also, and she's still gagged. So that gives you an idea. It was pretty bad, but anyway, you know, there was that, and I didn't catch the guy, but I'll tell you guys about it. There's always some guy. The windows were open. Sorry. And then this old woman, I already talked about this, but then there was an old woman, poor old woman. She's about 4'3", and she was like hunched over, and she came in, and I just kind of was like, wow, you know, she was sweating profusely, and she was lugging these big bags, and I was like, what is she doing? And then before I knew it, the, whatever you call them, the train crew, the stewards, they came in and helped her, but she was lugging something. It honestly, it was like cow shit or something, but when that came in too, I was like, oh my God, man. And then I just thought, well, that's what I get for traveling third class, you know. So I'm not really complaining. And as I believe the title says, I got all the way to Laos for under $20, which, you know, it's hard to beat that, to go from Bangkok to Laos to the border for under $20. So now I am back in Bangkok, freshly shaven. I don't have the big beard. I don't have the bald head. What I don't like is the bald in the back of the head, so I just figure I might as well shave my whole head. And that's the new way now. I'm just going to shave the head. I'm just going to be completely bald. That way I don't have the bald patch in the back. So, but what else? We got the night market in Luang Prabang, which is, you know, it was interesting. We got the morning market, which was really cool. It was pretty cool, the morning market. Like I said, Posey Hill. Some people were calling it Pussy Hill, but it's Posey Hill. The morning alms, where you have like literally 100, 200 monks lining the streets, which is interesting. You know, the lake in Hanoi is always very nice. I did discover something about Vietnam that I didn't the last time. Well, let me tell you, those beers, have a beer, or is she busy serving coffee? Beer, the female, is not here. My guess is she'll be here in the afternoon. Beer, the male, is here. Thank you very much, Mr. Dowlow. I appreciate that. And Preo is here. I brought my own cup to save 10 baht. They give you 10 baht off of your coffee. So I brought my little cup. And I got my double espresso, which is nice. You know, something else, I believe, yeah, in the first video, I have some drone footage, and I want to see if you guys recognize it. Those who haven't seen it already, a few people have seen a little bit of it. Yeah, if you bring your own cup, they give you a discount, and I always forget, but this morning I had time, and Alex was up. He, you know, there are some monks in Myanmar that are not so nice if you're talking about Muslims. And the Thai monks have always been very non-confrontational, at least with me and my wife and my kids. Never seen them get... but I have heard of some instances. Well, I learned to control myself quite well. Like I said, there were a couple of times when I could have easily just went off, and you know, what would it have done other than maybe get me in trouble or get some people pissed off at me? So what's the point of it? And I'm taking a little bit of a new approach to the videos. You have to update as you go because I forget things. Yeah, definitely. And you know, the videos, and I do write things down, but the videos, I have a notebook, a little notebook, but the videos serve as a way of remembering things. But I want to make sure that, well, yeah, some are. Some, you know, the older ones tend to be monks that have been there for many years. So, but I didn't get a whole lot of interaction with the monks in Laos. I didn't get anything from them. The only really interaction I had was on the train on the way to Chiang Mai. And the guy kept trying to get me to sit with him in the section for senior citizens and monks and pregnant women. And I almost did, but then this guy that I talked about earlier, this guy who was on the wrong train, and he was like, oh, can't they just stop for me so I can get off and I don't have to go so far? And I was like, dude, they're not going to stop the train just for you. You got to wait till the next stop. Vlogging a dead horse guy is a hoot. I don't know what that is. I got no idea. You know. Honestly, I have been editing for a few days straight. Getting everything together and trying to make better videos. So I haven't had a whole lot of time to watch much. And that's why I'm not streaming as much also. Yeah. But you know, I come back to Bangkok here and it's like everything's the same with the family. There's no differences, you know. Hey, what are you doing? How was your trip? Yeah, it's fine. How's everything here? Same as always, you know. Things don't really change that much. Once in a while they do, but for the most part, it's like when you leave home and you go, I'm going on this big trip, and you come back and you're so excited, and you come back and everything's the same. Nobody's gone anywhere. I mean, I got friends that they've been telling me they're going to come to Thailand for 20 years, 25 years, and they never do. And then I'm like, what are you doing? You know, well, you know, same thing. They're doing the same thing they were 25 years ago. Most of them, you know. I use Final Cut Pro X, and I really like that. I've been using it for years, and I really like it. And you know, I have some plugins and things like that, but I think in the near future I'm gonna start investing a little bit in some more equipment. I have the drone now, which I went out flying yesterday, and I'm amazed by the thing, quite honestly. You'll see some footage in the video tomorrow night, and I try not to overdo it, but you know, I couldn't help myself using a couple of clips. And the thing, it's badass. That's all I can say. I don't know how to. You know, the big one that I have that is not working, the controller doesn't work. I need to get that fixed. Yeah, I mean, it's really nice and everything, but it's huge. The Mavic Mini 2 is actually the size of my iPhone 8. It's just a little thicker, but it's as long as the iPhone 8, and it's very light. And even with the batteries and everything, I could have brought it on the trip, but I didn't want to run afoul of the Laos government. And what's funny is there was a guy there who lives in Bangkok who had lived in Luang Prabang before, and he was flying his drone. And we were talking. He's an American guy. And he was flying his drone, and I said, are you registered here? And he said, no, but, you know, I speak enough the language, and I know enough here. I know that there's probably not going to be a problem. So You know, I may have been able to bring it there, but I did shoot yesterday. I've actually flown it 3 times now. And the one time I was flying over the mall. I was flying over the mall. I was flying all over the place. You know, well, get it registered. Get some insurance, get it registered. Generally, they're not gonna do anything unless you crash into somebody's face or something like that. Then they're gonna throw the book at you. He's Mr. Eyebrows is he is probably in Florida now. I think he took off. He sent me a message yesterday. He said he was in Seoul, Korea. So he's probably back by now. He's going to be there for, I think, 2 months. He goes back every year. You know, that's what he does for his visa. So he goes and spends time with his mother, who's, you know, a bit older, and yeah. So Chucky will be here in 12 days. And actually, Mr. Tao, Big Tao, will be here while Chucky is here. So I'll probably meet up with them. There's somebody else that will be here. I'm not going to mention his name, but he hasn't been on in a while, but he'll be here. And we may have a little meet up with Jono. I don't know. It really depends. So, you know, people are coming back. Things are happening. There are a lot more tourists here now, and quite frankly, there were more tourists on this last trip. There are more tourists than I would have liked. You know, I always like to go to places where there's not many tourists at all, or none. So I'm trying to think of the next place to go. That'll be 6 weeks to 2 months, which that's about how long those videos will be going up. I think Soy Dog Cowboy said that he changed his plans. He's not coming until next year or something. I don't remember, but you know, I haven't talked to him that much lately. Oh, all right, Jim. Well, I will keep that in mind, and I will put the word out. Yeah. Maybe Patia Bob could come down, or maybe we could meet Patia. I don't know. Or maybe Carlos, you know. So, it's always interesting to meet people, you know. I can handle people for about 2-3 hours. Let's see, what else do I have on my notes here? I like traveling solo, but to be honest, it would be nice to travel with my family again, just because we don't get that much time together anymore because everybody's doing their own thing. Alex is, there's a chance Alex could be working for the Grammys in the next 6 months or so, and he'll graduate in about 6 months. And then Nicholas is in school, and you know, he's there 6-7 days out of the week. Sometimes he comes down, sometimes he doesn't. What is this? Yeah, you know, that, like I was saying, I would like to travel with the family, but you know, it's much easier when it's just me, or it's just me and my wife. Once you get the kids involved, then you got 4 people to schedule and to coordinate, and it's a little bit more difficult. And, you know, with them in school and everything, it's really difficult because they don't get much time off. And, you know, school takes priority. So maybe it'll just be me and my wife. I don't know. We may go somewhere. She had mentioned she wants to go somewhere when she comes back from Vietnam, which will be tomorrow. So, you know, I don't know, maybe, but I'd rather just concentrate on all these videos, get them done. There's some good stuff. Like I said, I got some good stuff, you know. I didn't really even concentrate that much on Vietnam. You know, like I said, I had the nice time with Tao and Ho Chi Minh. Hanoi, I forget what I did in Hanoi. I did something in Hanoi. I'm not going to the Philippines. I really don't want to travel internationally right now, because if I'm going to travel internationally, I want to go to America and see my parents. And that may be in about 5 months, 6 months, March or April, something like that. So I have to think about, where do I really want to go in Thailand? Because I'm not into taking another 37-hour journey. I'm not into being in a sleeper bus scrunched up with a bunch of farmers laying on top of me. No offense. I'm not into that. I don't want that. I want something a little more relaxed and a little more first world, we'll say. Trot. No. Been there, done that. You know, I know that there's plenty of islands that we can go to, and that's what I would like. You know, so we'll see. We'll see. And I'm not sure yet. You got to just, you know, I got to see how these videos go, and you know, but I'm picking up equipment and getting some more stuff, and I think it's helping. You know, I got this thing. Thank you, Steve. And it seems to work pretty well most of the time. So, let's take a look here. Not much going on today. Everything's pretty quiet. Now, I wanted to look here. You can see, you know, they're building this platform here, and right up here, this came out to the I don't know what you call it. Wasn't a freeway, but you can see now. I mean, these are pretty much done. It's just the platform underneath that has to be finished up. It's a very, very nice day. There's a reason why I'm sitting outside, and it's 78 degrees Fahrenheit right now. So I think it'll be done when they say, which will be in the first part of next year. And that, I mean, that's really going to open things up. Let me tell you when, yeah, I'm very happy. That's the thing. Man, I was on this, I don't know about the orange line. This is the yellow line. The orange line, I think, is the one on Romkampeng, but they're all coming along very well. When I was on that sleeper bus, I just thought to myself, man, I mean, this is how I think. And, you know, I'm sure you guys who have been following and watching for a long time, you know. But, like, I'm thinking to myself, I can't wait to get in my own bed, and I can't wait to sit on my own toilet. You know, I want to be able to go when I want to go. I don't want to have to be asking somebody, oh, could you stop the bus for me? I didn't do that. But there were people who did. There were women who were screaming, please stop the bus. You know, and, you know, if you're a little bit smaller, if you're, and I mean like very petite, then it's not that big of a deal probably. You got enough room to move around. But if you're a little bigger, if you're tall or you're a big guy, you know, I just think I would fly, man. I would fly. And I talked to numerous people who had already taken the trip, and they're like, never again. All of them were like, never again. So, but the bus trip alone is a video. Yeah. I tell you what, though. Honestly, I did use the toilet on the train. I believe it was, I used the one on the Vietnamese train. And the toilet wasn't that bad. On the boat, I was like, you know, I've got to do the obligatory check. I did an obligatory check of the engine because I did an obligatory check of the engine because right next to the bathroom, is the engine, and the engine is open. There is no cover. There is no. It's not underneath the, you know, underneath the floorboards or something. It's right there in the open. If you fall into the engine, and you get ripped to shreds. And then right next to that is a window. So I got some footage from there. That was kind of cool. You know, the journey on that boat, it's not the scenery that you go for. I don't believe so, Gennaro. I think it's diesel. You don't go for the scenery. You go because it's a bit of a party boat. You know, you meet people, and I did meet some really nice people, you know. What is this? Hopefully they're going to update the transit apps. Yeah, I mean, listen, the MRT and the SkyTrain are very good about updating the system and about, you know, their websites. They're pretty good. I don't know about CityLink. I think I looked at them. MRT, Andy, is the only one that if you show them your passport will give you a senior discount. Soy Dog Cowboy, your ears must have been burning. We were just talking about you. Yeah, we were just wondering if you're, you know, I said something about I didn't think you were going to be coming this month because you had a little change of plans, the last I remember. So, but there's, you know, there's more and more people coming, and there's a lot of tourists coming now, and quite frankly, that makes it a little difficult for me because, you know, I don't have a problem just coming here and hanging out, doing my thing, doing whatever I do every day. But if I'm going somewhere, you know, I don't want to go to the Grand Palace again. How many times do I got to go? And this is what I was getting at earlier. You know, obviously I want things to be good for you guys, but I have to be able to... Thank you very much. Thank you, Soy Dog Cowboy. Shirts are available on the website. But, you know, if I'm going to go places and film them, I've got to have fun. I've got to, even though this trip, I wouldn't really call it fun, it was a bit of an adventure, and I like that. So, you know, it's not always going to be fun, but, you know, I got to enjoy what I'm doing. I got to want to do it. And, you know, when Chuck comes, we're supposed to talk about, he wants to go a few places, and I mentioned Dagestan. You know, maybe I'll go meet Khabib. I don't know. Hey, Khabib, what's up, dude? You wanna roll? No thanks. I think it translates better into the videos, and you know, why do something if I'm not enjoying it? You know, life is too short, especially when you're getting old like me, and the age is. It seems like you get older faster. The older you get, the faster the days go by. You know, when you're young, you feel like you got your whole life and things go by slow. And then all of a sudden you wake up and you're older. No, I didn't. Actually, Alex was going to. And thank you very much, Mr. Andy Travels. Choke D to you. Appreciate that. You guys are the ones that actually help me be able to do what I'm doing. And you know, I don't know what it is with the tie-dye thing. Tie-dye to me it's been out for a long time. Guy had like a little tie-dye shirt on. But anyway, you guys are the ones who make it possible. I really appreciate it. I know I don't always mention everybody's by name, but I think most people know. And if you guys are a Patreon patron, if you're a member of my website, if you're a frequent contributor or a one-time contributor, whatever, I do appreciate it because, you know, I'm well aware that it would be very difficult for me to do some of the things that I've done and that I'm planning on doing without you guys' help. ผู้หญิงสวยที่ไหนก็ไม่มีอันนี้ก็ไม่มี If you want, we can go inside, but I gotta bring this. Let me see here. Let me get my act together. We'll go inside. Trying to make believe I'm organized. But you know, the weather right now, the temperature it's about as perfect as it's gonna get. I mean, it's fantastic. In another 2 hours, it's gonna be hot, and it won't be like right now. Let me go back in here. Gennaro, wow, thank you. I like your little, the little flying guy. That's the one thing that, you know, YouTube has come out with all these little emoji, icon thingies, and, you know, YouTube has made it a little bit easier to make money, which I do appreciate. I would appreciate it more if they didn't, you know, take 45% or 30%, but, you know, I'll take what I can get. All right, let's go back inside here. Let's see if we can. Hello, good morning, Miss Preo. Where's Miss Beer? Mrs. Beer. She's holiday. What new done? What about Tien? Italy ตอนนี้อยู่อิตาลีเหรอโอ้ว้าวเขาจะมาทำงานออกแล้วอ๋อ wow. So I don't know if you guys caught that, but oh, thank you very much. Who was that? Was that Jim? Let me see here. There's Mr. Beer over there. Let's see. Yes, Mr. Jim, I'm under budget. I'll put some of the surplus to good use. Well, thank you. Choke D to you guys. Appreciate that. You have to have an exit flight ticket from the Philippines. Well, so that shouldn't be so difficult. You can get around that. The Philippines, I don't know, you know, I'm just, I've been there many, many times. Literally, I've been there probably 25 times. And I've been there for business where I was treated excellently. I mean, I've been to, I went to one Filipino's house that was phenomenal, a beautiful house up on a hill. He and I talked boxing for literally for about 4 hours. We went out to dinner together. He took me to a nice Spanish restaurant. We went out to dinner together and just talked about old boxers and what we liked about the sport, what we didn't like about the sport. It was fantastic. I've had some good times there. I just don't have a reason to go back. Now, that's like I said, I gotta have a reason. You know, do I wanna go see Machu Picchu? No, I don't. I don't really care about it. Quite frankly, do I wanna go to Dagestan? No, not really. So, you know, we'll have to work that out, Chucky and I. We'll have to figure something out. So there's, you know, I mean, I got something in about 2 months, then I got something in maybe the United States, and then maybe something with Chucky. So we gotta, you know, things are opening up again. Well, you gotta go to Manila, Baguio, Cebu. I've been to all those, not Baguio though. Cebu. Actually, that's where I went that I was talking about. That was very, very nice. I always was treated well. I always stayed at the Waterfront Hotel there, which is a pretty nice hotel, very reasonable. Actually, there was a couple of fights there that I went to. And so, you know, my reason for going to the Philippines, I don't really have one anymore. Maybe in the future, you know, maybe I'll go to Boracay or some other place. I don't know. But there's too many other places to see that I haven't seen. And that's the thing. I do understand, you know, Chuck travels and he always wants to travel to somewhere that has never been before. He doesn't want to go back. And there are places that I would like to go back, like Cannes. I went to Cannes, France. You know, Kathmandu. I'd love to go there again. But there's too many other places to go see. And even in Thailand, there's still places to go see. I haven't been to all the islands. You know, I've been to a fair number of them, but I haven't been to all of them. So why not, you know, why not see somewhere new? Somewhere new without a lot of tourists. You know. And, you know, one of the things, my wife, she always wants to go places, and I'm like, yeah, but that's a tourist place. So what? You know, so I go to appease her. But then I want to go somewhere to appease myself, you know. And by the way, I think my buddy Steve, you should check his channel out, Steve's Kitchen. He's down in Hat Yai right now. I don't know what he's doing there. I'm like, you got to get out of that area. It's cool for a couple of days, but not for weeks on end. I don't know. There's other places to go and to see. You know? Anyway. So, Soy Dog, I don't know if you're still listening, but so what's the story with your trip? Watch vlogs from Cambodia recently, very disappointing. No desire to travel there except Siem Reap. I don't know. You are traveling here. When are you coming? I like Cambodia, and my buddy is moving there in 12 days. Oh, you're probably not coming. You're in Florida now. Oh, all right. Hopefully I'll be in Florida in April or so. I don't know. Depends on when the ticket prices are reasonable. I don't want to pay 1,500 bucks a ticket. Oh, well, that's nice. Gennaro, you know, like I said, with regards to Cambodia, I think you really need to go at least once, you know, about the hostess. What hostess? The hostess with the mostess? He picked Cambodia because he knows it very well. He's been there many times, like me, and he likes the way that the government is set up for foreigners and how it's progressing, it's modernizing, and the cost of living is comparable to here. So he wants to stay in Asia. So Boca. Oh, Boca. I like Boca. Have you been to India? No. And it's not top on my list of places to go, especially now. I had a ticket when trash everywhere burning. Now that's not true, Gennaro. Really, that's not true. That's you know, I don't know. From what I know, Gennaro, they have cleaned up Cambodia quite a bit, Phnom Penh especially. I don't know about Sihanoukville. I don't think I would go there because it's overrun with Chinese. But they've cleaned up the city. They've modernized it a bit. The riverside is a kicking place. It was kicking the last time I went. It's even better now. And as far as the food goes, yeah, I mean, you got to be careful what you're going to get off the street. But if you go into a restaurant and you get some Cambodian food, it's fine. Most restaurants. If you really want, then eat Western food. They got great food there, man. They got some good food with French influence, Italian influence. You know, they got Italian restaurants, French restaurants, got all kinds of stuff. It's not that bad, Gennaro. I would say it deserves a look, honestly. I don't care what some vlogger said. You know, yeah, I haven't been there in about 4 years or so. But I've been there too many times to count. And it's not the kind of place that I would want to live, for sure. I wouldn't want to live there. I think Thailand is a good mix between traditional and the modern world. So that's the problem with, you know, any vlogger. You run the risk of, you know, you watch and they don't like the place, and then you're like, oh, well, wow, that guy says it's not very good. I kind of believe him. There's another guy that, I don't remember then, maybe it's Itchy Feed or something like that. He's got a channel. My buddy who's moving there was telling me about it. And he's lived there and he really loves the place. So, you know, it really depends on you. From what I know of you, Gennaro, a trip there would be fine. I don't see you living there. Not coming from LA, not thinking about, you know, Bangkok chicks. What I'm thinking is, you know, you would prefer to have, you know, a semi-educated Thai girl or educated Thai girl who, and you would like to have a fairly modern lifestyle. You don't want to live out in the village in some little Thai house up on stilts. I can't see you doing that. Well, if I were you, Andy, I would just change enough so that you know you're going to get rid of it all into Riel. Because if you don't use Riel, then they're going to, when you use the dollar, they're always kind of screw you on the exchange rate. And when they give you change, they don't give you as much as maybe they should. Or they just go, oh yeah, $1 for the motorcycle ride when it's 2,000 Riel. So you're paying double the price. Where if you gave them 2,000 Riel, they might go, oh, it's $1. No, it's 2,000 Riel. I know the price. They used to do that all the time. I don't know what you're talking about. Sihanoukville, the coast is deserted and buildings abandoned. Well, Sihanoukville apparently has been overrun with Chinese investors, and it's not what it used to be. I liked Sihanoukville. It wasn't the greatest place, but it was okay. And there were some places. I think it was Turtle Island. You could get away, and it was relatively inexpensive. But for sure, I don't see you living there. But you might enjoy it for a week, and there are some places to go. You can go to Battambang, you can go to Siem Reap. 2/4 Asian and I went to Battambang. We went to Siem Reap. We went to Phnom Penh. And it's like, in many ways, it's like going to the upcountry in Thailand. Anyway. Anyone else been to Phnom Penh? Thoughts? Appreciate the comments, Kun Sakot. Yeah, well, I'll tell it to you straight. I do think it's worth a trip. And, maybe Andy will be able to shed a little light on things in their current state. There's not a lot of people. And, I tell you what, it's kind of like Luang Prabang is... Luang Prabang is like 30 years, it's like Thailand 30 years ago. It's like Cambodia maybe 40, 50 years ago. It's good if you can have a conversation with somebody. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. And I say half educated because a lot of guys end up with somebody who's, they are half educated. They went to school, but they didn't go to university, or they didn't learn much, or, I don't know. But, you definitely, and take me at my word on this. And, the good thing for me is that my wife and kids they all speak English. I mean, I can speak English just like I'm speaking to you guys, and they understand everything. And my wife has to work with people who speak English, and she has to write in English and all that other stuff. So that's a good thing. And then they learn about, they learn about the world outside of Thailand, which I think is important, because that was one thing. I had a girlfriend here in Thailand once that she was very, very limited in her thinking, and her world, her bubble was very small. Her bubble was basically limited to the Isan province, and that was it. And she spoke very little English. And at the end of the day, I ended up dumping her, because I was just like, we don't have enough in common. I'm going to be bored out of my head, Well, yeah, I mean, and also, marry someone that you get along with, that you can laugh with. Because at the end of the day, that's going to be important. But that's, for you, Gennaro, I don't know. I think, honestly, I think Thailand's a good, listen, I tell the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I think there's a hell of a lot of good here. And you can always find some negatives. So if I really want, I can find negatives. The air pollution today was unhealthy, was 117. So the air pollution in Bangkok is not very good, at least in my area here. It's not very good. All right, well, the air pollution is not good in a lot of places. But maybe you go out, you go to Pattaya, you go to somewhere else, you go to Koh Samui or something like that, Phuket, and the air pollution is quite a bit less. And then you find yourself, if you really want, I'm not saying you got to hook up with one person. I'm just saying, you surround yourself with a women of substance. And I say that with a little bit of a shit-eating grin, but and that substance means they need to be able to take care of themselves. They're not hounding you for money, which, let's face it, a lot of guys, that's what they fall prey to. And I know so many, and these are guys that have watched my channel, and I've said to them in private conversations, don't do this, don't do that, think about this, think about that, and yet they still don't get it. And then you wonder why, some of the girls, they're like, Farang stupid. Yeah, well, of course you got to have that too. You got to have that spark. Yeah, but you don't have to stay right in Bangkok. That's the point. And you can use it as a home base to figure out where you want to go. Or, you really want, go to Pattaya. I don't know, I think in Pattaya, you're more apt to find the ones that are like, man, he must take care of me. Like right away, that's what you're going to find. But there's a lot of places to stay, and I would say, yeah, work your way down, take your time. There's no rush. That's the thing. What's the rush? What's the hurry? Yeah. I'll tell you what I do miss, what place I do miss, and that is Bali. I miss Indonesia, I miss Bali. I really like Bali. And, I like to go back there. You can't get there by train alone, which is probably a good thing. I think it's about 15,000 baht to go round trip. from Bangkok to Bali. Place is filling up quick now. I came in this morning, the place was empty. And Gennaro, I have to tell you, and for all those who know about the coconut girl, the coconut girl is, you know, they've gone through one after another, after another, after another. And now the one who has been selling, what the hell is it? Lottery tickets. She's taken over as the coconut girl. She's an older lady. Nice lady, but older lady. I haven't bought anything from there in quite some time. And who's selling it really makes no difference. I just haven't had the urge to have coconut because I can get the coconut right down the street from my house. I buy a couple of fresh coconuts for like $2. Not even $2, $1.50, $1.75. So, activate the gone cam. As you can see, they already got the Christmas tree up. They got another one over here. They got the wreath up here. And it looks like, you know, the other day on the door over there, they had a sign that said, you know, what time the door opens. That sign is no longer there. So, for whatever reason, it's been taken down. It's too bad. Anyway. Bali is really nice, Gennaro. Yeah, I don't know how it would be to live there. I know somebody who lives there. I know an Australian guy who lives there. And obviously he likes it because he's been there for many years. You know. I don't know. I mean, I went to all of them, really. Oh yeah, that's right. I think you told me that. Maybe it was Kuta? I don't remember, you know. But it's a good place. And what I was going to say about Vietnam, I don't think I finished, was, you know, this time I didn't stop anywhere on the train. The last time I stopped in Quy Nhon and Hue. And Hue, it was okay. Quy Nhon I really liked. But the thing about Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh is that they are so, what the hell? They are so, dude, you make no sense. Is that they are so busy. There's so much going on that it's like you walk outside and you are just, you think Bangkok is bad. I got footage of me on the motorcycle. I got footage walking around in Ho Chi Minh and in Hanoi, and it's so busy, so much noise. I'll be honest, I didn't really enjoy it. And one thing that Tao said to me, we were walking along and he said, I never carry cash. I said, well, yeah, I kind of understand because nowadays you don't really need that much cash. I don't carry cash. I think I got 100 baht on me and that's all I have right now. Because I don't need that much. All I have to do is, 20 baht, 30 baht, I'm home. 10 baht, I'm home, whatever. But he said, no, it's dangerous. it's a little dangerous. And he said, you know, I don't want people robbing me, taking all my cash. I said, would they really do that? And he said, he's very small. He's a little guy. He's like, what am I going to do? You know, a couple of guys come up to me and they want me to give them my money. What am I supposed to do? I said, yeah, you got a point, I guess, you know. Of course, I said, maybe you fight back, maybe you don't. And he's just like, no, better I just pay with, he pays, he scans, you know, the QR code. He pays from his bank account or whatever, with a card. But most of the time he says he pays with his phone. And I found that really interesting. Because, you know, I'm not exactly I like paying with cash. But nowadays, it's just so much easier. I mean, in Ho Chi Minh, I was at the station and I went, man, I only got enough to pay for one night in a hotel in cash. I got one night in a hotel, and I don't know if it's going to be enough to get me back and forth from the train station and then to the airport. And it was, but then I was like, well, I'm not going to have any cash to spend here, and they're not going to let you scan from a Thai bank account or something like that. So I was like, I got to take some money out from the ATM. Well, the first ATM I went to, it wouldn't let me take any money out. So I'm like, shit, what am I going to do? So eventually I was able to take out, I think I took out 1,000 or 1 million Vietnamese dong, which I think is $40. And that was enough. But I went on my Grab, and I'm like, my Grab is still connected to my accounts here in Thailand, and also my account in the United States. So I just paid for all my Grab trips. I didn't have to pay with cash, so that way I wasn't spending my cash. And then when you're going to the airport, something to remember. I decided to take a motorcycle to the airport because I got one backpack, a little backpack. I threw the backpack on. I get on the back of the bike. We go, and the driver just stops at this road, and he goes, okay, that's it. And I go, what do you mean that's it? Go take me to the airport. No, I can't go in. He couldn't go into the airport. So I had to walk. I mean, it wasn't all that far. It was a couple hundred meters. I don't know, 400 meters, something like that. Well, I mean, even some of the mom and pop stores will take cards. I personally like cash for a place like Vietnam, but you know what? Like I said, when I was using the Grab, I just paid with what was linked to my account, and I think that works really well. So you know. Many Farang coming Thailand now. Many Farang come Thailand. I thought they said something like almost 2 million foreigners last month, or 8 million so far this year, something like that. So it's a fair number. There's a lot of people coming. Yeah, there you go. And I like that too, because then you don't, it's like if you give them 60 and it's 43 and they go, oh, no change, you don't have to deal with that. And if you want to tip them, you can just add it on, and it's very easy that way. I like that. So, I think this is, hate to say it, but this is the way of the world. This is what the world is coming to. And, yeah, I mean, listen, I paid, like I said, I got 100 baht on me right now, but I paid Starbucks with my phone, with one of my bank accounts. I just scanned their QR code. So it's very easy. I don't know if they're doing that in the United States yet on a mass scale. Lots of people now, man. This place is getting ready to open up. Yeah, grab food, grab transportation, motorcycle, car, whatever. You can just pay with your card. You can pay online. And I pay, hi David, things are good. Busy. I have I think 3 Thai accounts set up, and I also have my American Express card attached to it, and I have 1 card from the United States. So, I like that. Sometimes I don't have much cash here, and I just go, hey, you know what? I don't want to spend the cash that I have here. I'll just spend, the $5, $10, whatever it might be, from my U.S. account, and it's linked there. You don't have to. There's no exchange of cash. I do kind of like that. I'm growing to like it. And I was like, man, I hope I got enough cash here. I hope I can get. Unfortunately, it was just the ATM. I went to an ATM at the train station, and it said, "We're sorry, we can't use your card." And then once I checked in, I thought I better go to an ATM straight away to make sure I got enough cash, because otherwise, I'm gonna be eating banh mi so that I can have something to eat, or I'm gonna have to find a place that will take the card. But fortunately, the ATM spit out some money, and I had enough for the remainder. So, not in a very, very long time. And I think actually it happened twice, but one time I went right into the bank, and they went right to the ATM, opened it up, and gave me my card back. And that was probably 10 years ago. I had my U.S. bank account taken, and actually, right now, I can't find my U.S. bank card, but it doesn't expire for quite some time. And I know I didn't lose it when I was out. It's somewhere in my house. So I'm just like, I'll just leave it attached, and then I can't use it to pay for stuff unless it's online. I only take money out at a bank, never want. Yeah, I mean, most of the time, once in a while I'm taking out 20, 30,000 baht. But if I'm not taking out a huge amount of money, I don't worry about it. All right, so they're open. The grocery's open. Tonight I'm having some Texas burgers, Texas-style burgers, which I just recently found in the grocery, and they are phenomenal. And Alex likes them, so I've got to get some cheese today because we're out of cheese. And we're having Texas-style burgers tonight for dinner. So, anyway, of course, everything in Texas is phenomenal, man. And Florida, too. No, I don't use Remitly, and I don't use Zoom. I use Transferwise. And I find it to be phenomenal because it's seconds. You get your money in literally almost immediately. Yeah, I know, Andy. That's the good thing. Actually, it happened here at Bangkok Bank. Now that I think about it, the Bangkok Bank that used to be over here, now that Bangkok Bank is closed. The problem is a lot of branches are closing now. They're realizing, well, we don't need all these branches. Even to go to a particular bank here in the mall, you have to go upstairs, like to the 3rd floor. Do you have Transferwise, Gennaro? If you don't, let me know. I'll hook you up. And that way, I think you save, and then I get a commission from Transferwise. I don't know how it works exactly. I think you got to get 3 people or something. I don't know. Oh, I could go out and sit outside here. Why don't we do that? We get to watch the parade. And I get my chair. Here we go. Well, I will send you a link, Gennaro, and if you want to use it, you can. It's honestly, I think it's the best thing since sliced bread, man. Really. Because if you know, like, let's say that, like, if I need to transfer, let's say I transfer $500. I hit all the information in, put $500, boom, I get it in seconds. You know, at worst, it'll take maybe an hour, at worst, and that doesn't happen very often. Maybe if it's a holiday or something. Oh, I think, yeah, I did get credit for that, Jim. I don't know, if you don't use it, then maybe I don't get any, they don't pay me for it or whatever, but that's all right, whatever. Yeah, the Wise exchange rate is fantastic. I have Charles Schwab also. The fees are, can I say this? They're fuck all. They're not very much. I don't know exactly what they are, but they're a pittance, man. Far less than like a bank transfer. I used to get a transfer from my bank in the United States. It was $3, and then there was a $6 one. $6 was 2 days, which is actually 3 days because of the time difference. And it was, right, $6 was 2 days, which is really 3 days, and $3 was 3 days. Yeah, so that's pretty damn good, man. You know. No, Gennaro, it matches the best around, and in some cases it's better. But they always give you the best rate. I mean, I look online and I go, oh, if it's 36.77, that's what I'm going to get. I'm going to get 36.77, 36.76, whatever. You know, it might be off just by one little point or whatever. But yeah, I can't say enough good things about it. And I don't, I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. I haven't made any money from them. So, I don't have any reason to say anything good about them aside from they are very good and they've really helped a lot. In the old days, I used to use my ATM card, or I would use the bank transfer, which would be like $6, but it would take a couple of days. And sometimes I'm like, I need the money right now, So. So now, I don't know if you see, but over there where it says cashier, underneath where it says cashier, you can see there's like a white wall. And over there used to be a little salon. And I had thought for a while, instead of going somewhere that's, a half an hour away, 45 minutes away, and I'll pay a little less, maybe I'll just go to this salon. Well, now that salon is gone. They shut it down. I don't know why. but it's shut down now. And now, you know, to get my foot peel, the one that I like, to get the foot spa, you have to luck out, or you have to travel a little bit to go to the right spa. I like that stuff. Yeah, my card doesn't have any fee. I got two cards that have no fees. Where they make the money is on the exchange rate. They don't give you the best rate. You know, if it's 38, they don't give you 38. They give you, like, PayPal is the worst. PayPal is terrible because they nail you for a 1.25% or a 1.25%, 1.5%. And, you know, I'm waiting for a Veterans Day for a free haircut. They give you a free haircut on Veterans Day? I didn't know that. Wow. Well, that's cool. I get my haircut for free. It's called My Razor. And then Alex does the little touch-up. Yesterday he goes, "This is the best job that you've done by yourself that I think you've ever done. You don't have really any hair left." I'm like, "It's not because I did a good job. It's because I have no hair left as it is." Yeah, it's not 37.8 now, pal. It's under 37. Oh, I don't know. I'll have to check. Listen, the Oblong Pain here in the Mall Bangkok has gone to shit. I used to get the steak sandwich on a cheddar jalapeno bagel. They like have an onion bagel and a plain bagel. That's all they have now. They don't have any. They really have. I don't know what it is, but they just don't have as much stuff available. Yes, Charles Schwab is like that. My bank is like that. My bank doesn't pay at the end of the month. If it, you do a transaction on a Monday, and then, at say 2 o'clock, then it updates the next day at like 3 o'clock here, and you get, it's like they charge you like 210 baht here, in 220 baht here in Thailand. So you get that money back, and then they don't charge a fee in the U.S. Say Charles Schwab, they don't charge a fee, and then my bank, which was SunTrust for a long time, is Truist. So that works quite well for me. And, like I said, if I have it my way, I'll do away with all but maybe 2 cards. I may have my U.S. card. When the time comes for me to get another one, I'll get another one. Although, for my card, it's like 95 bucks a year. It's crazy. So I don't know if I want that one. And then here in Thailand, they charge you a little bit. Joop Joop. Gee, I wonder who that is. Chucky. Thank you very much. What does he say? Oh, Joop Joop Raknoi or something like that. Thank you very much. If that's Chucky, thank you. Somehow I think it is. Yeah, I was so abusive to the guy who grabbed my hand and grabbed my gimbal. That's usually what happens. People don't like it when somebody grabs your equipment, especially when I wasn't filming them. I was filming outside of the bot bus. Of course, no one wants to say that because they're too much of an idiot. But then, it doesn't matter. Get a life, dumb fuck. Oh, God. I've been teasing Chuck a little bit. I'm like, oh, Tao's a nice guy. He's a keeper, man. Better hang on to him. Oh, I'm taking Tao out on a date tonight. Ugh. It was actually, you know, I had a good time with him because, you know, it was nice to have a conversation with him. He was telling me a lot about Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh and his life, and it was interesting, you know. He's a nice guy. He's an interesting guy, you know. And, you know, he's a little guy, and he's not all that, I don't know what he is, 26 or 25? And he's very successful, you know. No, I didn't cuddle. I'm not a cuddler. I'm not a big cuddler. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Don't you know I'm abusive? I'm abusive to people who grab me. Anyway. Oh, if you only knew. That's the thing. I'll leave you guys guessing. My wife doesn't call me Scotty Sweetheart for nothing. If I said that, she would laugh. She would laugh. I just talked to her this morning, which was nice. Because Alex was up, he's up early, you know, he is not a happy camper in the morning, early in the morning. Which I love messing with him a little bit, you know, not too much, but like, you know, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. He tells me, I want to get up at 6 o'clock. I said, all right. So I woke him up. I said, hey, this is your final warning. It's 6 o'clock. And he's not up. He falls back asleep. And I don't know if any of you guys remember, but I did a video with him once, and I called him Ronald. I said, don't complain to me, Ronald. So of course I'm like, Ronald, you gotta wake up, get up, get out of bed. He comes grumbling down the stairs. He's all upset, you know, and then his mother's on the phone, and she's, you know, half asleep herself, but she's like, hi, Alex. He's like, he just grunts, you know, funny. The procession continues. You know, I have not been to Texas Chicken in, I don't know how long now, a year? 2 years? It's been a long time. Ever since it got me sick. I don't ask Nikki about that. I just tell him, be safe, concentrate on your studies, and you know, I just don't want to get into it because I don't want to get his mother all upset. You know, he knows what to look out for now. He's you know, he's a little wiser, especially after getting yelled at by his mother. You know. He doesn't need any extra responsibilities, if you know what I mean. And mommy and daddy aren't planning on paying his sin salt for some girl who, you know, he had a little fun with. So, anyway, listen. She knows. We both knew. We knew. He admitted it. He admitted what's going on. He had a little girlfriend, and she wasn't, I don't know. You know, the wife has high standards for him. For him. And, you know, she wanted him to concentrate on his studies. Make sure you're always concentrating on your studies. Now, the thing is, he's getting, like, you know, A's and B's. So what are you going to say? What are you going to do? That's why I tell her, leave him alone. Just don't say anything. He knows. Listen, I've had the talk with him and with Alex. They know what's up. They're, you know, they're a lot more in tune than she might think. So, you know. Anyway. So I guess this place isn't going to open up until 10:30 or 11. I don't know. You know, they've changed the times around here, so it's difficult to always know what time they're going to open up. When does couples go for some fun in Thailand? Wait for mom and dad. No, that better not happen at my house. I don't want to have anything to do with that. Nicholas has his own apartment, so you know, I don't need to be around that. You know, and Alex, I don't know. He always seems to be going out at night. He's got things to do. It's always, I'm going out with my friends. I'm like, what's her name? My friends. I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't want to push him. Nicholas has told me Alex is so secretive about his romantic life, or whatever romantic life he may have, that even Nicholas doesn't know. Yes, he's still playing the guitar. He's had to do a few projects in the last couple of days, so he hasn't practiced in a couple of days, which for him is a lot. If he doesn't practice in a few days, you know, he starts getting a little grumpy. He gets irritable that he can't play. But he's had some projects that he's been working on. So, you know, there's only so much time in a day, especially if you sleep 10 or 12 hours a day. So, but yeah, I still hear him at 3 o'clock in the morning playing music, you know, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing up? I'm still playing. No, he doesn't have long hair anymore. He's got short hair. He's a student, you know. He's like a student with, he looks like he's getting ready to apply for a job, which he actually is. And one of the things, he's been trying to get in with the Grammys, and one of the things that he has to know is who, because the Grammys here represents people. So he has to know all the people that they represent, and who are their big stars, who are the most important stars, what music have they put out, and you know. And for somebody who, you know, he prefers Western music to Thai music or Asian music, I think he's had to start looking into it a lot more and really studying it. So that's interesting. You know, whatever happens, he'll be fine. One way, I always tell him that. Just put one foot in front of the other, do the best you can, and you know, don't sweat it. Anyway, guys and gals, I would say now is a pretty good time to call it quits, to say goodbye, to gotta go. Yes, Andy, thank you very much. It's good to be back after, I think it's been 8 days since my last stream. Don't forget to watch the video tomorrow. It'll be up at 8 o'clock Bangkok time, 8 o'clock at night. And then there'll be another one on Sunday. So, you know, check them out. Spread the word. Share them. Let me know what you think about them. What's your favorite thing about Bangkok? How do I know? That's such a difficult question. You know, it really is a difficult... What's the one thing I like about Bangkok? I don't know. I like my life here. I don't know. You know, I like the ease of... I have no idea, man. You're asking a question. I'd have to sit down and really think about that. Well, yeah, I didn't see anybody walk by me. But, you know, whatever. You could have stopped. Jim, catch you later. Yeah, I mean, what do I? I'd say the food probably. It's not just Thailand. It's. I mean, not just Bangkok. It's Thailand in general. The food is fantastic, and the people are cool. You know. Oh, Gennaro. Oh, Gennaro. Ooh, big old tattoo. Yeah, Gennaro likes the barista. Can't blame him. The price. Choke di leo jerken mai. Yes. Choke di leo jerken mai. Yeah, for guys, I mean, if you're a single guy here, I can see the hotties are a part of it. But, you know, you can never let them be your main focus. Because if you do that, then you're giving them too much time. You're making them way too important. You know. Anyway. The price is right. Although prices are rising slowly here. Still, the prices are good. Anyway. Thank you, that is all. Like I said, check out the video tomorrow night. Visit my website at AnAmericanInBangkok.com. Get yourself an American in Bangkok t-shirt, or get yourself a Life's an Adventure t-shirt, or Captain Sabaho. Chucky just got a Captain Sabaho shirt. Get yourself a hat. Get yourself that Marvin Hagler war hat. I really like that hat. Can't believe Marvin Hagler is gone. If I'm gonna move from LA, the ladies are the main draw to Thailand. I think I would change my thinking a little bit, slightly. Edit your thinking a little. Instead of them being the main thing, I would say they should be the icing on the cake that is known as Thailand. Yes, I endorse that shirt as well. I love that shirt. That's a good shirt. And then there's also, for you guys who hang out in the bars, you know, maybe hand out some shirts to the bar girls. Bar Girl Lives Matter, you know, so that they can wear their shirts. Get them in a size too small. And then, you know, just tell her, oh, it's meant to be small. That's how they're supposed to be worn. I should get Barista Lives Matter. I don't know. Then Gennaro can come here and pass out a half a dozen of them to his barista friends. Anyway, the lights are on now. Nobody's home still, but everything's starting up. They're just now getting ready to open. I don't know, maybe it is 5 minutes that it opens. I don't know. They've changed the time so many times now. I don't even know what time Starbucks opens now. Can I see over there? I think they open at 7:30 now. They used to open at 6:30. Anyway, enough said. We'll go on and on and on and on. You know, next thing you know, we'll be talking about all kinds of stuff that we probably would be better off not talking about. Anyway, click the thumbs up. I forgot all about that. Subscribe if you would be so kind, and I will see you guys when I see you. Probably Monday of next week, something like that. But tomorrow is a premiere on that video, so, well, you have at it, Gennaro. Go to the Rap God. You will not be seeing me there ever again. Sorry. Like I said, I've got to have fun doing what I'm doing. I've got to like what I'm doing. And the Rap God is not something that I really enjoy. It's not a place I enjoy. But I'll watch you go there. So I'd be happy to take you there when you come to Bangkok. All right, I got to get out of here. I'll talk to you guys later. Yeah, me too. I don't know. The owner must have a lot of money or something. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe some of the branches are making a bundle of money. I don't know. Maybe the Thais really like it. It's not one of my favorite places, though. Anyway, I'm out. Later.